That ain't good, guys. We're about to watch Milim's death. What is happening here? Hold up, let's action replay that. Ran past him so hard, his neck snapped. Was he about to... Oh, it's his rape whistle. Okay. I need an adult. Woo! Jesus Christ, bro. Homie tried to fucking call his adult to help him. And the only adult was the one behind him going in raw. Jesus, I can't. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Lady Milim, I can do this one myself. Skedaddle. Mom, I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm playing with my friends. You know, this kind of reminds me of, in like Resident Evil with the vampire mommy. That ain't good, guys. We're about to watch Milim's death. The fact that she had to leave her gauntlets behind, too, is insane. The death of Milim is hitting hard this week. Jesus. Oh my god, everyone's just getting fucking left behind. First, Milim... The death of Milim was bad enough. Now we got the death of Rimuru. Bro's like, I'm gonna expose him. And then I'll get even more glory. Yeah, he's certainly either gonna die, be mentally mindfucked to a comatose state, or just humiliated that he'll just continuously Team Rocket try to get revenge. Those are the three options I see right now. Yeah, that was not how they had this happening in their head. They really thought this was all gonna go their way. Anime is saved. The ramparts have jiggle effects. That's how you know they're cooking this season. That awkward moment when mom comes to bring you back home. Because you've been dicking around too long with your friends. I think we might witness the death of Milim here. Might never see her again this season. Amazing. Now, those are some of the highlights. You want to catch full live reactions to everything we're watching, head on over to the Patreon. But, another banger episode. We are now a month deep into this new season. And they're kind of doing a little bit of everything that I've liked about this show. You got politics, you got dungeon crawling, you got slice of life, funny, goofy moments, but also you're, properly setting up a long-term plot, especially with greed and everything, and I'm absolutely here for it. But I honestly think this was the highlight moment of the episode. I mean, it's kind of funny because they could have just left it as Milim was, like, slacking on responsibilities, because we have to remember, their little Four Amigo party that they have where they're kicking ass and taking names, they kept that a secret. Most people don't realize that's demon lords and dragons inside. They just think those are people that are guarding the dungeon. So the concept of Milim having responsibilities that she's forgetting about, and basically Mommy Dearest has to say, hey, where the fuck have you been? Dinner wasn't hours ago, and you forgot to do your homework. That is the vibe of what basically happened. Now listen, there are definitely worse ways to go out. I mean, this is definitely giving off Resident Evil vampire mommy energy. But at the same time, yeah, I don't think this is gonna be pleasant. But still, like with many would say would. It's a very fun dynamic because my immediate thought is, hey, if you take her away, we're down to the three of us. Well, they've been doing really well, so maybe three's fine. I didn't even consider the fact that they would build up into such a comedic atmosphere where slowly but surely the party cracked because every time some intense adult came to say, you're not allowed to play with your friends anymore, the other three would be like, okay, we had nothing to do with it. But then the fact that the same thing can happen to the leader of the nation of Tempest is just insane. Like, the way she pops up like a goddamn jump scare, and Veldora's like, whoa, time to go read my manga, I suppose. It's like, Jesus Christ. We are interacting with some of the most powerful fucking characters in this show, and they're being dumbed down to as people playing after hours, grounded. It's just such a fun dynamic. And the fact that, too, like, they literally are kicking ass, right? They are botting fools left and right, and they're not even struggling with it. They have cute nicknames like Milim was like the Meteor, and it's insane, right? Because if memory serves, I don't think the people who go adventuring in here feel pain. I think that was one of the things they established, was that they wouldn't have pain sensors, so it would basically feel like playing a video game. I could be mistaken on that, but either way, like, heads are getting, like, they're like, you don't want them to feel that, right? Like, people are getting cut and sliced and diced and decapitated, and they're just having grins on their face, because they really are just goofing off playing a video game. Granted, this so-called video game is the reason why Tempest is, like, flourishing so much, but still, yeah, I mean, there's probably other people that we could leave that to at a certain point, but it was fun. It was really good. It was definitely my highlight of the episode, but there was a lot of really good politics involved, too. They still are keeping this in the forefront because, she does seem to be the puppeteer, the one manipulating everyone's strings right now. And she's very convinced that she is going to be able to crush Rimuru. I stand by my statement that I don't think she can. Not just because, oh my god, he's the main character. I mean, we've seen characters die in this show. Yeah, they might have been revived, but it doesn't change the fact that Rimuru has been bodied. Rimuru has been defeated. It's not simply a, oh, I believe, I don't think he's greedy enough. Now, some people, when I said that, they're like, what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. And someone commented on my Patreon, it's the best way I think I can explain it. And I didn't realize what I was trying to explain. I just felt like he wasn't a greedy character. But is Rimuru a gluttonous character? Yeah. And that's probably the best way to describe it. Everyone has elements of greed. I just feel like Rimuru, if anything, is a more gluttonous character. And I feel like gluttony can eat greed. That's how I feel. Maybe there'll be moments of Rimuru looking like he's being controlled, but I think overall his gluttonous ability and his personality will overcome greed because of that. Not simply because of this main character plot armor, but more so gluttony, if that makes sense. But I think my second favorite point of the episode, besides Milim getting grounded, if not murdered by Mommy Dearest, is actually this meeting among all the other major political powers in the world, right? Basically saying, should we welcome him into the fold? It's a little freaky. Oh, we should get something from him if we even agree. It was a really good meeting. And there's going to be the same motherfuckers who will be like, meetings are back! Because they don't actually understand what slime is about. The reason why the meetings got boring, recap, in the previous season is because it was the same meetings every time and we're in the same fucking location. Like, if you firmly believe tensura should barely have meetings, you are not actually watching tensura for what it is. It is a political series of watching a nation grow. Sometimes there's conflict, sometimes there's battles, but at the end of the day, it's about watching a nation rise up and the politics involved. If you think meetings aren't possible and shouldn't be here, you don't understand what this show is. And as someone who, when I first got into Slime, binged season 1, at no point was I like, oh my god, this is an isekai Sakuga fest with action. I was like, oh, this is a very fun civilization simulator. These are the types of meetings that are very fun. Now, if every single episode we had this same fucking meeting room, and they talk about the same fucking thing for 10 episodes, yeah, that becomes an issue. But in terms of watching a world respond to the powers that are Rimuru, and how they're realistically pushing back or saying we could use him, and then the concepts of, oh, you know, already he's controlling Veldora, you guys are scared of it, what if we have enemies? There's a lot of ways they can be mutually beneficial, but on the same side, there are people who are going to want to expose Rimuru, not realizing that Hinata is fully on board with us. Like, I don't even blame the two bozos for attempting because, you know, probably put in their shoes in terms of power and, you know, devious energy. They think it was probably a good thing. You know, you guys had this tie, I'm sure you can actually, but Hinata knows, right? Like, Hinata knows who Rimuru is, what he's fully capable of, but most importantly, she actually trusts Rimuru, and that's where they weren't expecting it. These two have as much of a chance to be the Jesse and James of Team Rocket of this season as they do to actually cause a major ruckus. And whatever they do, I'm sure will be entertainment gold. But I really like this. I thought this was a well done meeting, miles above most of the general meetings of the previous season. And there's a lot of interesting characters at play in what they were saying and how they're feeling. I don't know. Overall, I think Slime is on a roll. It's the perfect blend of the early stages of Slime with the simplicity, but also with that deeper political intrigue of the later seasons. And so far, I don't really have a major issue. And they have jiggle effects when certain characters are jumping, so you know the production is going well. Thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell, and of course Patreon for live reactions over there and other exclusives. Like, hey, I'd love to give this video shouts to my patrons because they're why I get to do these YouTube videos at all. Alright, so today we've got Kakishu, DSPG, Maple Storm, Corvus Null, Cute Cukes, Porpoise Power, Jaden for Life, Jack Witt, and we also have Oreo. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Have a good one.